Hi, I'm Jennifer Whitaker, your Native Trails District Director.
And I'm Abby Roberts, your District Executive.
Together, we'd like to welcome you to our third ever virtual roundtable for December of 2018. This afternoon, we're going to talk with Reverend Mark Dicken about Scout Sunday and how your unit can be more engaged in the religious principles of Scouting. Meanwhile, we want to make some announcements.
If you're working on a Leader Training Award and want credit for attending 4 roundtables, make sure to add your name in the comments below. We'll keep track of that for you.
We hope you find this roundtable helpful, and we encourage you to have conversations in the comments section. Please remember, a Scout is friendly and kind, and keep your comments on a positive note.
Online rechartering opened December 1st. If someone from your unit hasn't picked up your recharter packet yet, please do so ASAP or contact us. We'll be happy to meet you somewhere to get you that information.
To complete your recharter, you'll need to go to my.scouting.org and go to the Legacy Web Tools in the menu and select Online Rechartering.
Remember, even if you did recharter last year, you must create a new login to do it this year. Use that access code on the front of your recharter packet, and you'll need to put in your unit number a certain way. So if you're a pack, you'll have an extra 3 in the beginning, a troop has a 0, and a crew and ship has a 2. So if you're pack 300, you would put 300.
Recharters are going to be due on Friday, January 25th. You can submit it online or bring it into the Boy Scout office here at the iCamp Scout Center. We highly recommend you bring payment or mail payment into the Scout Center, even if you submit your recharter online. Online payments will be charged a large service fee, and you cannot make any changes to your charter once that payment is made online.
Expired youth protection training is the most common issue that we come across that keeps recharters from getting filed on time. Check now that all your leaders are up to date.
Don't forget, everyone must complete the new YPT that rolled out at the end of February.
You can take youth protection training online at my.scouting.org or in person here at the Scout office on Tuesday, December 11th at 5:30 or Thursday, December 27th at 10 a.m.
The Thunderbolts have invited our Scouts back for another year and a camp out. Saturday, December 15th at the Ford Center, this activity will take place. We are the only group that's ever been invited to camp in the Ford Center. So come to the game, watch a movie on the Jumbotron, and camp out with our Scouts for this unique event. $5 for youth and $10 for adults.
Eagle Scouts, if you've completed your Board of Review in 2018, you can submit your project for the Service Project of the Year Award. The application is linked below in the description. You can become our council's winner, then go up to regional, and if you win regional, you'll go up to the national level, and if you win national, there is a $2,500 cash prize.
Scouts and Adventurers who are high school seniors or undergraduate college students who are not yet 20 years old can apply for 2 college scholarships through Buffalo Trace Council. Eagle Scouts can apply for the Buffalo Trace Council Eagle Scout Scholarship, and then Scouts and Adventurers of any rank can apply for the Mary E. Julian Scholarship, which goes to a Scout who has a need and is in the amount of $1,000. All applications are due by Friday, December the 28th.
Nominate a worthy Scouter for the District Award of Merit or the Silver Beaver. District Award of Merit is presented by districts to a registered volunteer who has given service of an outstanding nature on the district level. And the Silver Beaver Award is a council-level service award given to those who implement the Scouting program and perform community service through hard work, self-reliance, dedication, and many years of service. So if you know a volunteer who needs to be recognized, please nominate them for one of these awards. Applications are due Friday, December 28th.
We do have some date changes we need to make you aware of. The Native Trails District Dinner is being moved to Saturday, January 26, 2019. This celebration event and trivia night will take place in Deaconess's new pavilion conference room and terrace at the Orthopedic and Neuroscience Hospital in Newburgh.
This dinner is a celebration of all of our volunteers who make the Scouting program possible. Every registered volunteer and their significant other is invited to join us.
and enjoy it. Did you take part in, or are you responsible for your unit's popcorn sale? Do you have feedback or ideas to make the sale better? We really had a big loss in popcorn this year, so we need your feedback to tell us what we can do better to serve you so that you can earn more money for your units. Join us for dinner on Monday, January 28th for an annual popcorn evaluation meeting. We want to hear from you.
Get the new year started off with a bang by attending Buffalo Trace Council's Merit Badge Universities. Leader trainings will also be offered during the Merit Badge courses. Algonquians is on Saturday, January 19th at Benson's University. Native Trails is at the University of Southern Indiana on February 16th. And Lincoln Heritage is doing a Merit Badge weekend on Saturday, March 9th at Old Bend Scout Reservation.
Celebrate with us for our Council Court of Honor, which has been pushed back to April the 13th, 2019. This is an event where we celebrate our Eagle Scout class of 2018, the Summit Award class from 2018, and then we also recognize the recipients of the Silver Beaver Award, which is the highest recognition a scouting volunteer can earn in a council. We hope that you'll put this in your schedule and try to join us.
It's time to start thinking about when your unit would like a Friends of Scouting volunteer to come speak to your pack, troop, or crew. Hold your presentation in December or January so you can benefit from reaching your goals all of 2019. If your unit raises an average of $35 per active scout, you get free rank badges for the rest of the year from the Scout Shop. If your unit raises an average of $50 per active scout, you get free rank badges and advancement for the rest of the year. This does happen on a calendar year basis, so if you do it in December or January for 2019, you'll get it for the rest of the year, but if you wait until March or April, you'll only get it from that point until December 31st. Contact me if you would like more information or to schedule your presentation.
That's all of the announcements for this month. Check out the December Need to Know page linked in the description below for extra information and links to sign up for events and trainings.
Now we're going to go to Tanya Benny, Native Trails Membership Chair, for a Membership and Marketing Minute.
Hi, this is Tanya. I'm the Native Trails District Membership Chair, and I'm here to talk to you about membership and marketing. There's some exciting things going on in the Boy Scouts of America. The new Scouts BSA launches February 1st, and that includes girls. What we want you to do right now is to get excited and share your passion for scouting. Some things you can do is market scouting through social media. Talk to your friends, talk to your family, talk to your neighbors, talk to the person you sit next to at church on Sunday. There's lots of assets available on the website, the Buffalo Trace Council website. There's a link on the home page, real easy to go in there, grab that asset and shoot it out on an email, put it on your Facebook page, add it to Instagram, and remember to ask your families to like and share those posts. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Thanks, Tanya. There's a lot of information coming out about Scouts BSA. If you have any questions, please contact us at the Ice Camp Scout Center. We're getting new information in every day. We just recently put up a link on our Buffalo Trace Council page where you can download different tools and resources to use on your own scouting Facebook pages and other websites resources. Hi, I'm here with Reverend Mark Dicken. He's the interim pastor at the new chapel at the University of Evansville. But prior to his ministry here, he has been one of our charter organization's institutional heads with Troop 352 out of Newburgh United Methodist Church. He moved away for a while and he's back, and he's going to tell us a little bit more information about Scout Sunday and how we as units can be more engaged in our religious programming for our youth. So, Mr. Dicken, or Reverend Dicken, Mark, what is Scout Sunday?
Well, Scout Sunday is an opportunity for packs and troops and crews to celebrate and be recognized for the relationship between the chartering organization, the church, the temple, the mosque that charters them, and the units themselves. And it's just a great opportunity, I think, for the units and the church to celebrate that relationship when the gathered body of the organization gathers for their weekly worship.
So traditionally, it's around the birthday of the Boy Scouts of America on
Right.
February 8th. This year, in 2019, Scouts Sunday and will be on February the 10th. Scout Sunday at the Methodist Church will be February 17th. Friday, February 8th through Saturday, February 9th is Scout Sabbath. And Friday, February 8th is Scout Juma. From this point forward, we're just going to call it Scout Sunday, and we'll be referencing all of those different religious programs that we're discussing.
Mm-hmm.
Could you tell me, would most charter organizations know that there's such thing as Scout Sunday?
I'd hope so, but that may not be a safe assumption to make. There are those churches that really don't fully understand the relationship between their church or temple, their institution, and the scouting units that they charter. It's so much more than simply providing a nice, warm place to meet on a regular basis. At best, it is an integral part of the church's total ministry to children, youth, and their parents. So if they don't know, it's a great opportunity for the units then and the unit leadership to help the church understand and celebrate that relationship.
So what would be some ways that a unit might be able to serve a church on Scout Sunday or participate in that program?
Well, there are several different ways, and it's going to depend upon the religious tradition. In my own experience over the years, Scouts, first of all, be visible. Show up, encourage as many of the members of the unit to attend a service together in uniform. Visibility is such a key. And then we've had Scouts serve as acolytes, which is, those are the people that light the candles at the beginning of the service, readers or liturgists in other traditions, ushers, and units have provided refreshments, a meal after the service or before the service. I know that one of the most effective things was to remind the church, particularly with Troop 352, of the number of and a brief description of all the Eagle Scout service projects over the years that had benefited the church. So many churches now use media as part of their worship, so put together a short video. Even if the unit leaders don't know how to do that, I guarantee you there are some scouts that know how to put those videos together with pictures of what the units have done.
That's a great advice to utilize the visual technology that they have in their congregation. So we did talk about wearing your scout uniform. That's super important for us to be visibly and recognized in the organizations that we serve. So what if we don't have if our organization, some of them are charged with Kiwanis clubs, how can they maybe participate in a Scout Sunday?
Well, I think those troops, if your unit is chartered by an organization other than a church, my biggest suggestion would be to encourage your scouts to attend their church in uniform and be visible on that particular Sunday. That's the principal thing. And then, of course, if they are chartered by a church or a synagogue or a temple, to go as a group, as many as can. Yeah, the interesting thing is, if both the churches and the troops are really honest with themselves, there are a number of scouts and their families that their first introduction to religious life is going to be through scouting and through Scout Sunday. So it's a great opportunity for the church to show how its doors are open beyond simply the evening that the units meet in the building. There are ways to continually remind the church or the synagogue or the temple that the values we have as faith communities sync up remarkably well with the values of scouting, the scout oath, the scout law, the motto, the values that we're trying to teach children and youth through scouting are absolutely consistent. I know from my own experience with the faith values that we try to transmit as Christians. And if another thing that can be done is if there are members of the pack or the troop or the crew that have earned religious awards, present those on Scout Sunday. Make a big deal about it. And if there aren't any, make sure there's information available both to the congregation and to the boys and youth in the units about those religious awards and how to go about the process of earning them. It's just don't miss that opportunity.
Yeah, this is a really great way to introduce families. I do recall a story from a young man who was with the Fairlawn United Methodist Church. He was attending the Cub Scout program there, and they had never been to church before. They went with their pack to Scout Sunday, and after that day, the pastor there had told me that the boy and his mother came back to church every Sunday, and even when he would ask the rhetorical questions, they would always be in the front row, and they would be answering those questions, and he would hear them respond to those questions. And it was that family's way of becoming introduced to the church, and what a magical moment that could be for any unit leader to be able to kind of guide a youth in that scouting religious experience.
Absolutely. Another thing that can be done on Scout Sunday is to have the framed unit charter presented to the church during the worship service. Again, it reminds both the unit and the church, the synagogue, or the temple that this is that church's, synagogues, or temple's scouting unit.
It's a good idea. I'm not sure we've really promoted that too much, but that is a great idea. So if you would like your charter organization framed certificate, we could get that ready for you to give to your leader. And then if it's not the most current one, because our recharters are due at the early February, so we can always get you an updated one right away to replace that with, but it'd still be a great monumental moment to present.
I think so. And then if it's framed, chances are it's going to be hung somewhere in the building.
True. And then I also like the idea of serving refreshments either before or after. I've seen Cub Scout packs. So the younger scouts, sometimes there aren't a lot of things that they may be comfortable doing in front of a large congregation, but they could have donuts and milk or hot chocolate prior to the service or right after the service. Also, the younger scouts can open the doors or hand out programs.
Be greeters, yeah. Have scouts in uniform greeting people as they come to worship. Again, visibility is one of the great opportunities that Scout Sunday does provide.
Well, we do start the Scout Oath with a duty to God, and we end our Scout Law with being reverent. Right.
And it's a reminder that scouting is, duty to God is the first duty. It is duty to God, then duty to country, then duty to others. All are important, but the first is duty to God. And scouting has always been a religious movement, a religious activity, even though it's not narrowly sectarian. It's very broad, but you can't be a scout if you can't, under oath, admit you have a duty to God. You got to have some sort of a duty to God in order to take that oath with any kind of integrity.
We have the religious principle where you have to have a belief in God or a higher power of some church. So.
Right. Absolutely, yeah. In some way, it's got to be there. Yeah.
And now all of our Cub Scout programs have a religious element to them. In order to move on to the next rank, you have to approach that religious principle. we have the religious emblems that are available for all faiths.
Mhm.
And then in Boy Scouting, you have to be able to talk about your religious experience when you're going for that Eagle Scout rank. So it does intertwine itself throughout all of our programming.
Another thing is, as part of the visibility, is in addition to media, if the church uses the projection of media, have static display. If you got the space, set up a tent. In the what we call the fellowship hall or the great hall, or even just outside the door. Not every religious tradition is going to want to have a formal flag ceremony. That's going to really be up to the religious organization as to whether or not they feel that's appropriate. But if they do, that's something the Scouts can certainly provide leadership for. There are resources available that can help. I would encourage, if the pastor or priest or rabbi doesn't know of them, the unit leaders can get them and share with the religious leader about how the points of the Scout Law and the Scout Oath find parallels with some of the sacred texts in the Bible or other sacred texts.
Well, that's fantastic to know that there are ways to show that. If our leaders would need any assistance in talking with their charter organization institutional heads that are members of a parish, or we would be happy to do that. What I would recommend though is we need to start talking to them now, because it does take planning. It's not something you're going to want to call them at the February 1st because you want to be participating in a program on February 8th or 10th.
Right. Don't do that. I mean, most pastors and priests and religious leaders are planning ahead. You're going to want to have that conversation now.
Right. And with Christmas coming up, I'm sure that's going to keep our pastors very busy in the coming month. But just getting on their agenda to talk with them about participating in a February program, and then getting in touch with them to plan what your unit can do and how you can be engaged in that program, I think would be really a really important thing to start doing and looking at now. Talking to your families so that they know to clear their calendars and to be there. So that you can, when you make that commitment, you're actually able to follow through.
Yeah, that's another very good point, is to make sure that you make that request. You can't require it, but you make that request to the boys and youth in your units and their families, that this is something we really want to do as a unit in this place on this date, so that you can get on the family calendar.
A lot of times we have units that will do a blue and gold banquet right after their program on Scout Sunday. They may do a court of honor. You may plan a service project to do for your charter organization.
That's
on
always
that
a
day.
great idea. Do a service project for the organization, the chartering organization. Yes.
In order for Journey to Excellence status to be a gold, you have to do at least one service project for your charter organization. So that's a really great time to do that. Get it done early in the year. And then you can always pre-order patches for Scout Sunday in the Scout shop, so that you have those there to hand out to all of your families that participate. So anything else to add?
No, I think we've covered it.
Well, we really appreciate your input as a reverend, and your experiences in working with units, and how important it is for our families to understand that we do have that duty to God in our Scout Oath and Law.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for asking. I'm glad I could help.
Well, thank you very much.